Picture this. The year is 1945. The world is in the throes of the deadliest conflict in human history, World War II. As nations clash and ideologies collide, a new chapter in the annals of human achievement and tragedy is being written. The Allies are locked in a desperate struggle against the Axis powers, a struggle that will shape the future of our world. The stakes are high, and the cost of failure is unthinkable. Across the Atlantic, in the United States, a project of unprecedented scale and secrecy is underway. Nestled in the remote wilderness, shrouded in mystery, the Manhattan Project is racing against the clock. This monumental endeavor, fueled by the combined intellect of some of the greatest scientific minds of the time, is on a mission to unlock the power of the atom. The pursuit is not merely scientific, it's a military race. A race against time and against an enemy equally determined to emerge victorious. The goal? To harness the destructive power of nuclear fission and create a weapon of unimaginable devastation, the atomic bomb. While the world wages war, the scientists labor tirelessly. Theories are tested, experiments conducted, and finally breakthroughs are made. The atom is split, and the immense energy it releases is harnessed. The power of the universe, the very force that fuels the stars, is now within the grasp of humanity. But this monumental achievement is not met with universal celebration. The scientists themselves are split. Some see it as a triumph of human intellect, a testament to our ability to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Others, however, are haunted by the potential consequences of their creation. The power they have unleashed could end the war, yes, but it could also bring about destruction on a scale never before seen, marking a dark dawn for humanity. These were the days leading up to the dawn of the nuclear age, an age that would be ushered in with the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. As the war raged on, a new devastating weapon was about to be unleashed, marking the dawn of the nuclear age. August 6th and 9th, 1945, two dates that would forever be etched in the annals of history. On these two fateful days, the world witnessed the devastating power of nuclear weapons for the first time. The morning of August 6, 1945 began like any other in the city of Hiroshima, Japan. But at precisely 8:15 a.m., the American B-29 bomber, Enola Gay, dropped an atomic bomb named Little Boy over the city. In an instant, Hiroshima was engulfed in a fireball hotter than the sun, with the city center being obliterated and tens of thousands of lives lost in a flash. The immediate impact was catastrophic, with around 70% of the city's buildings destroyed or severely damaged. Just 3 days later, on August 9th, the city of Nagasaki suffered a similar fate. At 11:02 a.m., another American B-29 bomber, Bockscar, released its deadly payload, a plutonium bomb nicknamed Fat Man. The explosion was even more powerful than the one in Hiroshima, causing widespread destruction and death. The estimated casualties from these two bombings are staggering. In Hiroshima, it's believed that between 90,000 and 166,000 people perished, while in Nagasaki, the death toll ranged from 39,000 to 80,000. These figures include not just those who died in the initial explosion, but also those who succumbed to injuries and radiation sickness in the days, weeks, and months that followed. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were unprecedented in their destruction, marking the first and so far only use of nuclear weapons in warfare. The sheer scale of devastation and loss of life was unimaginable until then, making the events a stark testament to the destructive power of nuclear weapons. These bombings also signaled the end of World War II, but at an immense cost. The world had entered the nuclear age, and with it came the realization that mankind now possessed the power to destroy itself. In a flash of light and heat, two cities were reduced to ruins, and the world was forever changed. This marked the beginning of a new era, one in which the threat of nuclear warfare would loom large over international relations for decades to come. In the wake of the bombings, the world was left to grapple with an unprecedented humanitarian and environmental crisis. The cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were reduced to rubble, their populations decimated by the sheer force of the atomic bombs. But the immediate destruction was just the beginning. The survivors, known as Hibakusha, faced an uncertain future. Many were left with severe burns, injuries, and the harrowing psychological trauma of the bombings. But the invisible enemy, radiation sickness, was perhaps the most insidious. In the days and weeks following the bombings, thousands succumbed to acute symptoms like nausea, loss of appetite, and fatigue. Over the next few years, the latent effects of radiation began to surface, including leukemia and other cancers, a silent testament to the long-term lethal potential of the atomic bombs. In the midst of this devastation, the cities began the arduous task of rebuilding. The reconstruction was a testament to human resilience, with Hiroshima and Nagasaki emerging from the ashes to become bustling, vibrant cities once more. Yet, the scars of the bombings remained, etched into the landscape and the memories of the survivors. The Hibakusha and their descendants have had to grapple with the genetic fallout of the bombings. Studies have shown an increased risk of cancer and other health issues in the offspring of those directly exposed to the atomic bombs. The fear of transgenerational effects has been a heavy burden, a constant reminder of the bombing's enduring legacy. Even today, the stories of the Hibakusha continue to resonate, serving as a powerful reminder of the human cost of nuclear warfare. They are the living testimonials of a time in history that the world must never forget. The shadows of Hiroshima and Nagasaki continue to loom large, a stark reminder of the devastating power of nuclear weapons. The aftermath of the bombings is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, but also a somber warning against the perils of nuclear warfare. As we look back at these events, we must remember the lessons they impart and strive for a future committed to peace and the prevention of such tragedies. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki marked the beginning of a new era, the nuclear age. The devastation of these two cities did more than bring World War II to an abrupt end. It ushered in a new epoch in human history, one defined by the shadow of nuclear weaponry. As the mushroom clouds dissipated over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the world bore witness to the destructive power of the atom, and the geopolitical landscape would never be the same. Almost immediately, the international community was forced to grapple with the implications of this newfound power. The bombings sparked an intense arms race between the world's superpowers, most notably the United States and the Soviet Union. This competition for nuclear dominance in turn led to the Cold War, a period marked by political and military tension and the ever-present threat of nuclear annihilation. The world had to face the reality that warfare had changed forever. The destructive potential of a single bomb, capable of wiping out entire cities in seconds, altered the rules of engagement. It was no longer about armies clashing on battlefields, but about the power to obliterate entire populations from afar. Yet amidst the fear and uncertainty, there was hope. The dawn of the nuclear age also marked the beginning of a global movement towards nuclear disarmament. Recognizing the existential threat posed by nuclear weapons, nations around the world began to rally for their abolition. Despite the slow progress and numerous setbacks, this movement continues to this day, with various international treaties and agreements aimed at preventing nuclear proliferation and promoting disarmament. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki also led to the establishment of the United Nations International Atomic Energy Agency. This organization was created to promote the peaceful use of nuclear energy and to prevent its use for military purposes. In the end, the dawn of the nuclear age is a complex and multifaceted chapter of our history. It's a story of power and fear, of innovation and destruction, and of humanity's ongoing struggle to harness the power of the atom for the betterment of mankind. The nuclear age, born out of the ashes of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, continues to shape our world today. As we look back on the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we are compelled to reflect on the lessons they have taught us. These two events, seared into the annals of history, serve as stark reminders of the devastating power of our own creation. The bombings, while bringing an end to World War II, ushered in a new era marked by the terrifying potential of nuclear weapons. The world had witnessed the horrific consequences of this newfound power, and the specter of its misuse loomed large over the globe. Yet amid the ashes and devastation, the human spirit persevered. Survivors, known as Hibakusha, became a living testament to resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity. Their stories, etched in our collective memory, remind us of the profound cost of war and the enduring strength of humanity. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki also sparked a global dialogue on the moral implications of nuclear warfare. The question isn't merely about possessing the power to destroy, but whether we should wield such power at all. This debate continues to this day, shaping policies and international relations, and prompting efforts towards nuclear disarmament. The lessons we've learned from Hiroshima and Nagasaki are not confined to the past. They echo into our present, serving as a cautionary tale for our times. As we stand at the crossroads of technological advancement and ethical responsibility, we must remember these lessons to navigate a path towards a more peaceful future. The importance of remembering history is not just about acknowledging the past. It is about understanding the ripple effects of our actions and ensuring we do not repeat the same mistakes. It is about honoring the lives lost and the lessons learned and using them to guide our decisions today. Remembering Hiroshima and Nagasaki is not just about honoring the past, it is about shaping a future committed to peace, understanding, and the prevention of such tragedies. In this nuclear age, the choice is ours to make.